Hey y'all, grown black folks talk back out on the climb on an absolutely beautiful day in San Francisco, California. Winter here is really the season between autumn and spring, and it's not always that cold. Now, we have had some very cold and rainy days, and I've had some personal challenges I've had to deal with, so I have not been out here as often. But I wanted to come on back and do Walking in Quietude Part 2. One of the great privileges of my life in this winter and continuing has really been able to. One of the things about moving in quietude is you move away from running around after this big noisy world, trying to hold up things, the black woman, for people with no appreciation. And then you really get to listen to, well, you can hear it in the background. If you're into creation, if you're into being out in nature, y'all know that that's kind of my thing. You get more time to do that. And you get more time to really hear the people that you need to hear. Two of those people for me are Love Alston and Kiana Footman. Their channels are Confidence with Love and Level Up Single Mom. But I'm actually here to tell you about something that we're working on together. But I've really had a chance to really sit and listen to them and get some perspective about how we need to help one another as black women. Because it amazes me the amount of experiences that they have had that I would have no clue unless they chose to share with me. And one of the things they shared with me was when my allergies kept on going for 9 months and did not stop was that I need to get my tailbone to the doctor. And being a black woman and used to running around and just doing things for myself and everybody else that I'm concerned with, I had kind of deprecated that. So they just were like, no, you need to go in. And they were right. I can breathe more freely today because of that. But also, there were some other things going on that, being of strong constitution, I was just rolling through having no idea that at some point I was going to get potentially deathly ill. When you go to the doctor, make sure you have what's called a comprehensive metabolic panel, because that's how they're going to find out if many women of childbearing age who have periods are anemic. Your blood counts, so you get iron in your diet. Your iron is made into ferritin. The ferritin is made into hemoglobin. It can get very low just because once a month we shed the lining of our uterus. And I'm someone who eats a healthy diet, so basically what has been going on for who knows how long is I have been eating a good diet with plenty of iron, so the body is just taking what it needs every day, but I have no stores of iron. No stores of ferritin, rather, is what the body looks like. And now it was hilarious. I was in my new doctor, sitting up here like, you need to go to the emergency room. Absolute panic. All the white nurses were just like, how are you even, your O2 levels, your blood oxygenation levels are perfect. I would be passed out. I wouldn't be able to function. The black nurses were like, yeah, this is what we do. And this is true. But see, I can say this with confidence. 38-year-old me would be dead. Because 36-year-old me and 37-year-old me remembers that I had gotten all the way down into the shortness of breath, heart pain stage when doing my work with my choir of then 18. But I figured the way I was playing the piano, I'd probably just pulled a muscle or something. No. I had an injury that they couldn't even do surgery on right away because my iron count was too low. That was 8 years ago. It did not come back to that extent. But if it had, I'd be gone, trying to run around, trying to take care of everybody else. One of the things that we have to learn as black women is to be able to sit down and listen to the voices we need to listen to nourish ourselves and be nourished to what we're actually called to, not keeping up everybody else's mess. And so I want to thank Kiana Footman, Love Alston, and also Samantha Matthews, who is my sister, also known as Trek Star Sam, who, knowing that one of my major concerns is, of course, our two aging parents, has really stepped up and just done the darn thing. And I appreciate it. Her channel is Trek Star Sam. You'll find her in the description too. This is a black woman who is highly accomplished, has run business on an international level while traveling the world, is called on around the world for this, that, and the other thing. Trek Star Sam is my actual born sister, and I appreciate the way she has let me know I can rest and recover because she got this. Again, listening to the right black women, having time to really hear and receive from the right people. Now, I say this because, we all know about Discords. I used to be a moderator for Themis and Thoth, and that all came with the package. I have a new Discord for y'all to get off into with some screening. So let me explain why that's necessary. And this link will be in the description. It is the Project U Discord Google form where you will be screened for entry. Because this is, again, I've described to you black women who want to listen to one another in order to do the things we need to do and the things we're called to with one another and our children. And not to interact with the world in a way that we are basically the breeding mules and slaves. As we know, there's a change in administration. And a whole bunch of people are hoping they can revert the world. Dr. Stacy Patton on Facebook got a whole old white professor, male, decided to try to irritate her by sending her a course thing about the end of race, how to end black racism. Got told off to the wide. But see, he wouldn't have thought he was able to do that before Donald Trump won the election. But see, this is what people are going to do. And we do need to have spaces to have conversations that how are we going to deal or not deal, ignore or deal with or not give energy to. Mind our own business and leave some of this alone. And this also is going to involve doing a certain amount of separation for people that are just not ready for this conversation, no matter what color they are. As I mentioned, I used to be a moderator with Themis and Thoth, and I don't hate anybody over there. I don't. Even after that foolery in October that was done, I still don't. But I had to understand that I was called away from there because the level of the work that I need to do, that I am called to, requires so much energy. Even living a life in which is separated from foolery, daily foolery. Right now, I'm within sight of being able, I could turn around and go show y'all that with a little bit more walking, of where I'm working for 5 generations of black people and a whole lot of black elder sisters and a whole lot of black young people. We got people living in safe housing and going to Tuskegee. I'm being brought, black girls that I raised are bringing their children to me, meaning I have grand students and my mother has great grand students. And we're trying to get them set for life without reference to what the new administration is trying to do. We don't have to care about that because we have the power as black women to be able to come together and use our skills and insulate ourselves from this. But we can't do it dealing with just mess constantly. So the Project U Discord is not for everyone. And also the Project U Conference is not for everyone. But let's just talk about the Discord. And once you get into the Discord, once you go through the screening process and we can be sure that you are a black woman, just like Stephanie Perry has some things that she requires that you do before you can get into the Exodus Summit. Then we'll be able to talk about the material that's in there. You will be able to get a lot of information that Love Austin, Kiana Footman, and I have put together already for you, and get that first ticket to the upcoming Project U Conference, which is coming up on February 28th. So I'm going to leave that in the description. And there's a few questions you need to answer and a few things you need to do. We're not going to be asking for anybody's, legal personal information, if you will. There's Black Project 2025, and they want you to send an ID. I'm like, unless y'all have secure service, that's going to be kind of a problem. Be careful who you put your federal or state ID out with. To say nothing against the people running that project for the moment. But that's just not what you do. But that means we also recognize that black women in particular have such a need for community, safe community, that they're willing to take big risk. Well, we're not asking you for that. We want you to be safe and secure. We're going to be talking about security, strategy, and self-care at the conference, and that's also what we'll be talking about in the Discord. So if you are interested, you'll find a link at the top, and under that you'll find the links to Level Up Single Mom, which is Kiana Footman, Confidence with Love, who's Love Austin, and Trek Star Sam, who's my sister, who is the traveler and international businesswoman. All right, y'all have a good day now. I'm going to just take in a little bit more of the sunshine. I may do another topic so that I can kind of be ready to move on into promoting this on a regular over the coming weeks. But y'all have a good day now. Bye.